Terms off-road adventures. In the past, I know you don't have to hear my voice, but unfortunately for you and you're going to have to start hearing my voice a little bit. A little bit of a new format. We're still going to do the off-road adventures, but we're going to do some other things. We're going to review some of the off-road, some of the ATVs. We're going to review some products. We're going to do some installations, some modifications, maintenance. But stick with us. A new format. We'll see where it goes from here. For this video, we're going to be reviewing a 2006 Polaris Sportsman behind me. I don't have a name for this one yet. If you all can think of a name, you can put it down, in the comments down here. This one, we've been riding the longest actually. It's 2006 Polaris Sportsman 500 HO, means high output. I don't know why they say that. I don't think it's that high, but it's good. So let's get into it. So before we get into our first video, the new format, I was watching everything I filmed on the, the 500 back here, and realized I told you all the things to look out for, but the one thing I didn't tell you is, why do we like it? Why do we buy them? Why do we have so many Polarises or Polari? What's the plural for Polaris? Anyway, why do we have so many? So, I've written a few things down on this piece of paper, so we can talk about some of that before we get into all the other things on this machine here. Hold on. Well, okay. All right. First, and this is a pretty short list. First, the looks. I like the way these look. They're big. They, have some nice edges to them, sometimes some decent colors. But they look pretty good. They look tough, and they are tough. All right, capability, the four-wheel drive system. These things go anywhere. We have beat them up. We have taken them in trails that you didn't even want to walk on. The four-wheel drive system, a lot of people complain because it's their on-demand four-wheel drive, but look, it's never failed. You can go up anything. The front end, when it's turned on, both front tires. You don't have the Visco lock that some of the other manufacturers have. It works flawless. It engages well. It disengages well. You don't even realize it when it engages. It just works. Comfort. This was the biggest one. Comfort. Out of all the, four-wheel drive ATV manufacturers out there, they seem to have it figured out on how to make these comfortable to ride all day. The newer one's even better, but even these older ones, the seat's comfortable, it's big, it's plush, the suspension. Look, I've heard people compare it to riding through the desert on their Barca-Lounger. I wouldn't go that far, but it is comfortable. The ride, the suspension kind of goes in with the comfort. It has, Polaris has had it for a long time, the independent rear suspension, and they have the biggest ground clearance from anybody, even to this day. They still have the biggest ground clearance from the factory, from any other manufacturer. And you can go over rocks, you don't feel them. On the non-power steering units, you do get some bump steer if they're big enough. I think that's probably true with anybody or any manufacturer. But, the ride quality on these, I'm a little biased. I love the Polaris, but I don't think anybody else can beat their ride quality and their amount of suspension travel and their ground clearance. And then reliability. Everybody has their opinions on reliability in Polaris. Look, I go over later in the video all the things to look out for if you're going to try to pick one of these things up used, things you just plan on doing, but nothing's perfect. There are some design flaws in everything, sure. But, they've never left me stranded. They've always worked. They've never broken down on a trail where I've had to tow one back, except for, once. But that was my fault. It wasn't the machine's fault. That was my fault. But they're reliable. They're durable. Just keep up on your maintenance, just like anything else, and you're good to go. Anyway, all that being said, I hope you like the new format. We'll get better as these videos go on. This is the first one, so grit your teeth a little bit here and there, and you'll get through it. I know I did. So, all right, well, back to the video. We're just going to go ahead and do a quick walk around of this thing. Right off the front, you're going to notice, she's got a winch. I've only ever used it to load this on a trailer when it's actually broken down. I don't think I've ever had to get it out for being stuck. These models are four-wheel drive. All Polaris Sportsmans have always been four-wheel drives, to my knowledge. This is what's known as a Gen 5, or MY, model year 05-09. I'd rather call it a Gen 5. Like I said, this is a 2006 500 HO. And this quad's been around the family for a while. And let's have a look at the hours and the miles. Let's see. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. We've got 3,390 miles on it. Sorry, that's hours, miles, miles, and 428 hours on this machine. We'll go around and let's just, let's look inside some of the things here. We've got Rotopac's water. We ride in the desert and it gets hot. What is this? This is April, I don't know, beginning of April. And in the garage here, it is 88.5 degrees. And that's after I've had some fans on. It's been pretty warm. Anyway, we've got Rotopac's water on here. Got the spout from, I think, Go Westy, which is nice. Oh, dog's barking. Go get it. All right. Quad Boss wraparound trunk box. We've got Rotopac's 3-gallon of fuel on this side. Oh, it's an Amazon. What's he doing here? All right. Amazon. Delivered. Added Rotopac's. Let's see what else we have on here. Exterior things. We have, the Polaris handguards. The new style, I don't like them as much as the old style. The old style, they were a little bigger. We have them on the Polaris Chicken Hawk over there, the Hawkeye. But I like, the new style looks better, but the old style protected better because they were a bit bigger, but, whatever. Added a 12-volt socket here, just directly to the battery, obviously with a fuse. Use it for running my GPS and also as a battery tender plug-in, place where you're going to put it, right there. We have a mount for the GPS, just the little Garmin, your little E-Trex color screen locate us device. We have the front rack extender. We recently added the Super ATV front brush guard bumper. Wanted to put the factory one on, but cannot find one of those at a reasonable price used. And when they are used, they're banged up. If they're new, just good luck. You can see we added some LEDs. We've got the winch. Winch has been on here for, 8-9 years. And I just recently put this cover right here and there. It's been just exposed, but now it looks nice. And that's why that plastic just looks nicer than the rest of it. Let's see what else. Obviously, we've been through a few sets of tires. Over here, a little bit of a mount for the spot find me thing. If I'm out lost, I can send messages. I'm okay, I'm lost, I'm hurt, I'm broken, whatever. What else? Well, let's get into the box. Let's see what's in the box. Let's see. We'll do a little bit of a view in here. Spot right here. I have a first aid kit that I've built. Goes in right there. Very nicely ties up. Let's see what else is in here. We've got, a table. That's good. A tripod chair. Tripod, 3 legs. What else? Oh, there's another one. Okay. That's good. There's another one. And a Rhino. Oh, there's some rags, in case you get dirty, you want to get, some moisture on you. And a Rhino tool bag roll. Let's close that. Let's see. These Polarises had a bit of a storage here. You know, that's awfully tight in there. I'm not reaching my hand in there. Bumper, oh, backup light. I'll have to display that to you a little later. If you're ever riding at night, this box gets a bit in the way if you're trying to back up. It works pretty good to light it up for you. And this model happens to have, you can see these white lights here and here. This model happens to have work lights, utility, you know, it's on the thing, you push the button, they turn on. So when I have that set up on a relay, so when they turn on, you know, I get a bright one while I'm at it. And, you know, a little bit of a tow hook here. Polarises, or Polarisi, Polaris, I don't know, whatever the plural is, you figure it out. They have a front storage box most of the time. And let's have a look. Let's see what we got in here. Unlatch there. Let's come around. Unlatch here. Let's open her up. This is another feature that I absolutely love about these. What we have in here, though, we've got some ratchets, you know, tie an ice chest down to the rack. We've got, you know, I don't know, anti-slip pad. There's an extra belt, you know, in case you break one, put a new one on. And some tools, a little bit of a shovel over there. That's good stuff. All right. Polaris decided to mount the seat to the fender, not the frame, and hold the fender to the frame with plastic clips, rivets. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Here's the problem. It's latched. So let's take it off and see what happened. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Let's get in here. So Polaris decided to take this seat latch mount, set it nicely and gently on the frame here, just set it there, nice, gentle, but mount it to the plastic. And as you can tell, the plastic is only held to the frame with these little plastic body rivet things. Not sure why those became popular. I get, you know, they're cheap. You don't have to thread anything. That's probably why. This, on this bike, on this particular quad, happened probably when it was about 2 years old. It moved the seat around so much that it broke free here. Normally that's not a bad, you know, too bad. The seat's a little floppy. When you're sitting on it, it's fine. However, you know, when you put it on the trailer, I've had to put a bungee cord on this thing to keep the seat from flying off going down the road for a while. But here's where it really becomes a problem. Oh, because that breaks, comes loose, you come on over here, you see how close we run to the exhaust. You can see the exhaust right back in there. There it is. It allows this to move to the point where now we have melted the plastic right over the exhaust. It's on the shift mechanism here. So now we're in a position where we've got to replace this, and we will be replacing it. We do happen to have a new rear fender sitting in a box along with, you know, these side covers. This one won't come off. Anyway, new side covers, new rear plastic, heat shielding for the exhaust, and should be good to go. Oddly, when we look at the Gen 3 that we have, the 2002, it does not have this problem. Maybe the plastic is in better shape. I don't know. It's mounted the exact same way, and I will show you that in another video. But for whatever reason, it just must be stronger plastic. All right, well, let's get you in here. There, where is it? There it is. We'll get you in there and maybe a little bit in there. We'll look at some things. All right, we're gonna start at the front. You know, these older models that have the strut suspension here, they come with this nice guard. The newer ones don't come with that. It's kind of a shame because these are the original CV boots and, you know, they're in good shape still, no leaks. All right, let's get into it. So back here, you see there's a little bolt head. I don't know right there. Can you see it? There it is, little bolt head there. And there's another one here, another bolt. There's a tube in here. Bolt goes into either side of the tube. Those do come loose, more specifically the one on the front. And you'll notice that because when you go to trailer this, tie it down, grab the front wheel, whatever you're gonna do, it moves. So you wanna make sure those are good and tight. You've also got a Zerk fitting. Let's see if I can zoom in there. Ooh, that's too far. There you go. A little bit of a Zerk fitting right in there. Never mind the bushes. You know, we do go off-roading out here, and while we are off-roading, we do tend to run into some bushes, so I don't get them all when I'm cleaning. Yes, that's a wheel spacer. And yes, that's been rubbed raw from tires that are too wide. Okay. Let's get into the back. This is where the problems really happen. Let's see, how can I show you this? You've got, on the lower hub carrier right here, you've got a bolt. You've got, whatever this is, the circle on the A-arm. We'll call it that. Inside here is a big steel barrel, if you will, and they have the same thing on the very back side. Right, you know, there, same thing. What happens here is these bolts do shear off. And when they shear off, well, why is, man, we had Amazon and now we've got UPS. UPS delivered. Oh wait, where's my pointer? Where's my, oh, there it is. Okay. Where was I? Oh, yes. All right, this thing. So, this little bolt, it's actually not a big bolt, it's a pretty good sized bolt. They will shear off at some point. When it shears off, it will become disconnected from the hub carrier. You'll know that because all of a sudden the rear wheel's not, you know, it's just not right. It'll be in the wrong spot, it'll move. You're gonna wanna take care of that immediately. If you don't, the other one goes. Next thing you know, you're pulling the half shaft out, destroying U-joints. Now you got to replace the axle. And this axle here has been replaced for the second issue I'm going to mention back here. On the front, I showed you the bolt where we attach to the frame. We have the same thing in the back right here. Same kind of deal, bar in the middle, bolt on each end. You're gonna wanna check these bolts, make sure they're tight and that they're snug. Wait, where is it? There it is. I've lost it. There it is. Okay. You're gonna wanna check those, make sure they're tight. I had this bolt backed out, the entire rod then bent inside, the whole rear A-arm. I got a picture of it. You know, we'll display it somewhere on the screen. You'll see it. And the upper A-arm then twisted. So, you know, we did the right thing and bought a used A-arm from eBay and, you know, cleaned it, painted it, put it back together, replaced the hardware. I think the whole repair cost me about, well, minus the axle, I think the repair cost me about 60 bucks. The axle, you know, you can get them on the Amazon, you know, the Rainforest website. You can get them from Rocky Mountain, you can get them from anywhere. Those are the things to look out for the back end. If you buy one of these used, spend the 15, 20 bucks. Buy 4 new bolts here. You can get them from places like Rocky Mountain. Get the original part. They are a grade 5, just a warning, they're a grade 5, so they won't last forever. You can replace it with a grade 8 alternative if you want. They're kind of a funky size. But spend the 15, 20 bucks, replace the bolts. It'll be peace of mind you don't have to worry about, and just always check the other ones that you have up there. And you can see the adjustable rear shock, nothing great. One thing also that Polaris does, you know, you have a disc brake on each front wheel, but on the quads, the four-wheelers, the ATVs, wherever you're from, you know, I don't know, you get one rear brake, but that rear brake is tied to the axle, which does not have a differential. So on this side, you get no rear brake. But it works, you know, no issues. That works fine. They've been using it for years, and they do still do the same design. Some of the older models, the Gen 3s, which we will see later, doesn't even have the brake here. The rear brake is actually there. All right, let's get in here. Oop, turn that on. Okay, there we go. Give it a little choke. Let's give it a little right there. And let's see. Yep, she's alive. Not bad, honestly. She hasn't been started in a while. Let's come around. Let's see. Yep. Oh, there's some lights. Oh, yeah. Let's show you the backup lights. Let's see what we did. All right, where is it? Oh, right here. Boom. There we go. And, oh, yeah, there we go. Back it up. Turn those off. Oh, she's cold. Well, that'll do it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Next time you see this, we should be replacing on that rear fender, making it stay on, make the seat, you know, not go flappy down the wind. We want it to stay on there when we're trailering. Until next time, this is Jezza. See you later.